Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Robert Ralph, freelance writer and content creator. Welcome to 2023. It's the 2nd of January 2023 here in the UK. I guess it's probably the 2nd of January everywhere, depending on the time zone, I guess. But welcome back to my YouTube channel. Let's dive into another video. So today I wanted to talk about two things. I wanted to talk about publication numbers, number of followers on each publication, and I also wanted to talk about top articles, top lists, top stories for publications, how to find out what's trending, what's good and what's not, etc, etc. Let's dive into it. So today I wanted to talk about how you find out the numbers of followers on publications, and also how to find the most read stories or the latest articles for each publication. Should you want to know this information, it can be very, very useful. Let's dive into it right now. One of the questions I get asked by a lot of new writers is, which publication should I submit articles to? Now, I've done this type of video previously, so I will link it in the description below. I will probably do another one or two of those videos during 2023 because publications can change. Some publications just stop publishing work, perhaps the owner or the editors have left, and some are going on to bigger and better following numbers. We've seen an increase in some more recently. So let's just get back to today's topic. How do you actually find out the number of followers that each publication has, and is it really relevant? Let us start off by helping you find the amount of followers for each publication. Now, this will work with any publication. Some publications decide to list their followers, and the owner can do that in the setup dashboard within that publication itself. Others tend to not list the amount of followers they have. Each owner will have their reason for that. But as an example, this is the way that you can find out how many followers a publication has, whether they announce it or not. When you go to a publication, let's take my publication, New Writers Welcome, you will click on the symbol and go to the front dashboard where you'll see a list of stories. You have something called a URL, and that in basic terms is the www address, or the World Wide Web address. Probably something like medium.com/new-writers-welcome, something along those lines. But if you have a look at your web browser now, you'll understand what I mean by a URL. So what you do is go to the publication that you wish to view the following figures for. Click into the URL and just go to the very end of that list, very end of that line, sorry. Put a / at the end of that line, and then all you need to do is type in latest. Once you've done that, if you hit enter, what you'll find on the right hand side of that publication is it will give you the list, the number of followers that publication has. So that's a very, very quick and easy way of finding out the following for any publication. I will actually do a little video overlay over the top of this video so you can see exactly what I mean. So probably best if I do a screen share over the top of this so you can actually look and understand what I mean. But effectively, go to the URL address of that given publication. At the end of the URL, just type in / and latest, and that gives you the amount of followers for that particular publication, and it works with all publications. So why would you want to find out how many followers a publication has? In reality, perhaps you don't. It would be irrelevant to a lot of people. What I'm finding more and more over the past 12 months or so is that writers don't care so much about the amount of followers. What they care about is the community that they work within. They get a bond with some of the editors and some of the other friends, possibly the owner of the publication, and they just like writing for that publication regardless of the amount of followers. To the top writers, they do care, because the amount of followers, if you have a publication with a large amount of followers, there's a bigger and better chance that your article that you're writing is exposed to a large proportion of those followers. So you very, very rarely, if you look at some of the top writers and look at the publications that they post to, you don't very often see them posting to minor or publications with low amount of followers. Equally, what you'll find is top writers don't self-publish. Don't take my word for it. Go and have a look at somebody who's, making 4 figures a month from Medium. You have a look at the publications they're submitting to and are they self-publishing, and the answer is they're not, because there's just, what's the point in limiting your exposure effectively? However, small publications like myself, like What Is Love to You, for example, that's just under 1,100 followers, we love our little community. We love the writers that write for us, and we hope together, #stronger together, that we grow into a larger publication over the next couple of years. Having 2 publications myself, New Writers Welcome and What Is Love to You, it's obvious that probably 95% of my content goes to those 2 publications. I do write for other publications. One that springs to mind at the moment is the Press Box, where I've done 1 or 2 little articles for the Sturge, who's an editor for me at New Writers Welcome, and I'm trying to support him in his quest. I had a conversation with him recently, which I'll link below. I think I called it The Man with 1,000 Publications. So that was an interesting conversation, should you want to have a little look at it. Another one that comes to mind now is The Third Eye Gypsy, which I haven't written for yet, but fully intend to, run by Marilyn Glover. Again, I had a conversation with her recently, and it's another great publication for new writers, particularly if you're in line with your spiritual world, let's say. But let's move on to the next section, because there was something else that I wanted to talk about today also. So on to the next subject I wanted to talk about, which is how do you find out the most read articles during any particular month or year. Again, I will do an overlay so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. But effectively, if you go back to the publication that you want this information from, instead of typing /latest at the end of that URL, this time you type /archive. And then what you'll see is there'll be a drop down list, and for this particular video, it is most read articles. So you click on the down link, click on the drop down box, select most read articles, and then you go ahead and select the year, and if you wish to, the month that you want to have a look at. Medium then produces you the most read articles during that month or given year, and that's all it really does. But I guess it's kind of nice to see if you're on that top list, because we come to the end of 2022. I recently did the most read stories for What Is Love to You and New Writers Welcome. Did a little article on that, tagged the writers in that won those acclaims, let's say. And I'm sure for them, logging on to Medium, seeing that I've tagged them in the post, and seeing that they're in the top, 5, 10, 15 articles for that given year, I'm sure and I hope it would have given them a little injection of happiness, let's say. Why not? Let's use injection of happiness, because it's always nice to be praised. And, the other thing that I will say is, if you're struggling for inspiration, if you go to a well-known publication, or it doesn't have to be well-known, go to a publication of your choice and have a look at what was trending the previous month. I guess that could be a good indicator of a topic that you could write about and might still be of interest this month to the readers of that publication. So again, these are little tidbits, they're little bits of information that some people might find very, very useful, whilst others will not. But I just thought I'd start the new year with a little bit of advice. As you know, this channel really is about Medium and helping new writers when they first join. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, why not do so? Hit the little bell button, because that means you will get a notification when my next video drops. And drop me a comment down below, because it really helps the channel, apparently. Oh, and I get a few dollars as well. So why not do that? Keep my family fed, as they say. Listen, thank you very much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want me to cover off any particular topic, let me know in the description below, and I'll see if I can do that for you. I'll, of course, reply to every single comment that is made. Well, welcome to 2023. I hope it's very, very successful for you. Over and out. This is Robert Ralph, freelance writer and content creator.